Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Chris. I'm a real estate wholesaler from Houston, Texas. I'm here in a garage, just showing y'all like it's possible to do these deals and exactly like my disposition systems that I use to make $30,000 a month. No fluff or anything like that. Literally just here in my garage, and yeah, just want to show y'all some proof. Novation fee, P&G investments, 33,500. Just want to you don't need anything special. Just knowledge and a clear action goal and know exactly where to go. So I'm gonna show you guys, how we're doing these deals and what we're doing to sell them. Again, nothing, you don't need anything fancy. You literally need to know what to do and some headphones and you're good to go. So I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, set up a call with me. And if you're doing your first deal or if you need help with marketing, acquisitions, or dispositions, set up a call. I'll help you out. Hope the video helps. So today I'm going to be talking about the dispositions part of the business. So this is basically the part after you market your deal, you acquire the deal. Now, basically, this is going to be selling the deal. I like to call this the matchmaker. This is where you turn the paper into profits. So this is half the battle. Right now, once you get your marketing out, you acquire your deal, the money just doesn't happen. You still have to find the buyer for it. So this is the ways right now that my business is finding buyers, and it's super simple. So I want to go through the whole process of it. Okay, the matchmaker. Let's get one thing straight. Finding the deal is only half the battle. You don't make money when you get a property under contract. You make money when you sell that contract. This is where dispositions comes in. The dispositions role takes it home. What's their job? They move the contract to the buyer faster than anybody else. They know how to create demand, talk to buyers, and squeeze every dollar out of the deal. They're managing relationships with cash buyers, investors, and realtors. Think of them as like the matchmaker. Without them, nothing happens. You're literally just connecting the deal that you have to the end buyer if you don't buy it yourself. They're connecting deals to the buyers who are hungry for the right opportunities. They've got to do it quickly, maximizing your assignment fee or profit every time. It's not about selling the property itself, it's about selling the opportunity. If they're good, they'll have a list of ready-to-go buyers, and they know exactly what to do and how to build urgency. Dispositions is the department that keeps the cash flowing. No good dispo, no payday. So we're going to get into cash buyers, and I'll show you the processes and filters that we use to find these people. So what we do right when we get a deal, we'll go ahead and go to PropStream. We'll go to the filter section and we'll put in the filters that I'm going to show you next. After that, we'll get the LLC, and then we'll literally go to Open Corporates. We'll put the LLC name, and then once we find that LLC, we'll go to True People Search, put that address in there, and then whatever first three numbers come up, we'll go ahead and call them and text them. 80% of our business, our cash deals, are found this way. If we have a VIP list that we send out to. If they don't like the deal, if they're not interested, we'll go this route. And this is our bread and butter on finding the actual the buyers. So for example, you'll do like your zip code, or you'll do Houston, Texas. You'll search it into prop, and then over here on the right hand side, you'll do cash buyers. You don't have to have that all the time, but then you'll do the residential, single family, and then it's important to do corporate, and then people who own 5 to 50. People who own 5 to 50 properties in that zip or in that city are basically going to be more inclined to buy your deal and be interested in it, rather than person who only has 1 or 2 properties. So then once you do that, you'll go to the right hand side. It's going to have a list of all these properties. You'll click the first one. We'll go down up until we get around 3 to 5 people that want to go check it out. So this is an example right here of Beachmount Properties LLC. So this is the LLC that came up. So we'll literally go to Open Corporates. We'll go to type in the LLC name, and then over here it's going to have the agent address. And what we'll do, we'll actually put that address into True People Search, and then this will pop up, and we'll match the name to the Open Corporates to make sure that it's the right person. Sometimes it's not going to be 100% accurate. You're going to have switched up names or similar last name. I like to, our process is we get a hold of everybody. We're trying to sell this deal. So, I mean, we're getting a hold of like everybody. If it's the same name, maybe it's like the husband or the wife, we'll get in contact with them and say, hey, we have this opportunity. And so usually the first three numbers are good. I mean, we like to target the wireless because it's their mobile phone rather than the landline. So we'll go ahead and heavy on the wireless number, their mobile. So once you find these, find LLCs, you're going to get a bunch of LLCs. I mean, the more the better, because this is going to be the people that are going to be interested in your opportunity. So what do we say? Hey, my name is Chris. I noticed you own a few properties in XZip. Are you still looking for deals? And then they're like, yeah, yes, no. Okay, cool, wonderful. I have this off-market deal I'm looking to assign. Can I text you the details? They're like, yes, no. Cool. You text them. You have already a ready text of the pictures of your property, and then you have the specs of it: the property address, the beds, baths, the square foot, the year built, the lot size, asking price, and pictures. You want to make sure that you have a nice little text, not just, hey, I have a property for sale. Here's the address. Like, that's super lazy. You want it easy for them, and if they're serious, they'll give you a call or reply to your text. We like to give these people a call first. Once we get off the phone and they're interested, then we'll go ahead and send them a text. Regardless, if they say they're not interested, we'll still go ahead and send them a text because maybe they might like the deal and they'll look at pictures and they'll say, oh man, I might be interested in this opportunity. So super simple principles. What we like to do, we don't get discouraged if somebody's like, oh, it's not a deal, or whatever. Like, don't get discouraged. We like to get 3 to 5 buyers interested in the property before we worry about like price reductions or fixing the price with the seller. So go ahead and get 3 to 5 people in there. You want to make sure that you're communicating smoothly with the buyer and the seller. How you do this is you coordinate it the right way. You let the seller know, like, hey, we're opening title. This is our process. In the meantime, while title is being open, we're going to send over our partner and maybe an inspector just to check out the property. Again, this is just to cross our T's and dot our I's. We're just checking out the property and just making sure everything is clear and concise with it. And then so you coordinate that. The sellers are like, okay, awesome. They understand, like, you're buying a house. They're going to let you check it out. And again, these are people that you're partnering with. This is your funding partners. These are your buyers that are going to fulfill the transaction. So you tell your buyer, like, hey, I've been into, don't worry about people like, like basically just like circumventing the deal or trying to get the deal behind your back. Like, let them know, you plant the seeds with them. Like, hey, I'm going to be sending over, a bunch of buyers. We're probably not going to do it at the same time. All I ask of you is just to respect the deal, and if you have anything that you want to talk about price, just speak that with me. The seller is just there to open up. Anything with the transaction, you coordinate that with me. So you just send them that. You let them know, give them a call. They're super professional. They know the whole deal. They understand that they need you in order to get a deal, a fix and flip, or a rental for them. After that, you'll get them in there, and they say, okay, cool, like, I like your price, or this is my price. You get an assignment fee. You'll send them over the assignment of contract. They'll sign that. You'll send over the purchase agreement that you have with the seller, and then the assignment of contract with the buyer. You'll send those over to title, an investor friendly title company. If you need help with that, just reach out to me. I can refer some, and then they'll open up title. Now everything's cool. You'll let your seller know, like, hey, everything's in the works. We're opening title right now. It's going to take around a week or two to get them all the information that they need. In the meantime, here's the EMD receipt, which you get from the buyer that's placed in at the title company. And again, money loves speed, right? Like, the quicker you find the buyer, the quicker you can get to close, especially when it's a cash deal with a cash buyer rather than like a realtor or like a novation where you use the MLS. This money loves speed. So the quicker you can get everything, the quicker you can get pictures, hire a photographer to get pictures, or if you get them from the seller, the quicker you can, sell the deal, the quicker you can close. This was a big thing for me. I didn't ever like realtors, but honestly, they're going to be your best friends. This is a major, like a really big way that we're making a lot of money especially this year doing novations. They're your best friends. I want you guys to understand, like, they're there to work, and a good realtor will help you out and actually work with you. Okay, so finding cash buyers, agent outreach strategy. So if I'm looking, I get a property and I get it in a certain zip. I'm going to go into that zip code on realtor.com, and I'm going to look at people who have the buyers agents. There's a tab where it says buyers, and you'll click those and you look in that certain zip, and basically you'll just call the realtors and say, hey, I have this property out here. Like, what's going on in the area, and so you start getting those conversations with them. Two, use Zillow to find recently sold homes. So look at the neighborhood that you have your property in. Once you have that, you'll go to the actual the properties that were sold. You'll contact that realtor who had the property for sale, and then you'll basically just say like, hey, the property that you just sold, was that an investor? Because if it is, I have this deal that's off market, and before putting it on the market, I would love to see if they're looking to buy. And then they'll tell you, yes, no, they were a realtor, yes, let me see the property, I'll show it to my client. And you'll just present it to them, present it to them that it's like an off-market deal, like, hey, this is an off-market deal, I'm just calling the realtors around right now before I put it on the market. It looks like you sold that one, and it looks like, the area, is your client interested in this one? And they're like, yeah, they are, they're not, and then you go to the offer the commission. So awesome, that's amazing. I would love to save the hassle before putting it on the market. Show it to your buyer, and after that we can work out like what you think is fair, or what we're offering $3,000 or whatever you want to offer. Regardless, like, they have the buyer, so you need to compensate them because they have your buyer for you. And it doesn't need to be a significant amount. It doesn't need to be like half of your assignment fee. Usually we do 3%, 1 to 3% of the purchase price to them. So this one's a really, like, one of my favorite things right now. It's using the MLS to find buyers. This is the Novation goldmine move, in my opinion. So basically, this is going to be you're partnering up with the realtor. So what we do is you'll get our property, and if it doesn't work cash and we're looking to novate it, we'll interview three realtors. So we'll go and we'll contact 3 realtors that have sold properties in that same neighborhood, and we'll ask them like, hey, I have this property right now. I don't know if I'm going to buy it, or I don't know if I'm going to list it. What's your thoughts on it? I can send you some pictures. Let me know what you think, like what you could list it at. Second, we'll do the explanation of a novation strategy. We'll basically say like, hey, I'm not going to buy this property. We have the attorney in fact for the property. So basically, we have authority to list the property and sign off on listing documents. So we want to see like, what's going on with it. Like, do you want, like, I think we can sell it for this. Are you willing to, basically partner up with us? You be the seller, the agent for us. I'm kind of just going around and calling to see, interviewing and seeing, which is going to be the best realtor for this route. So you explain to them like, okay, you're doing the legwork for the homeowner. 3, frame the interview as a partnership opportunity. So basically, you just let them know like, hey, we're partnering up with you. You're helping us out. We're going to pay you, and basically, you're just working as a partner. You're working as a realtor for us. And then ask for their honest insights on the property. Like, let them know. Like, I always like to tell them, just let me know the way, like, how we're going to sell this. Like, I'll make my offer, and I'll think like, okay, we're going to sell it for this. And then I'll confirm that with the realtor. Like, hey, this is what I'm thinking based off what I saw. You have access to better MLSs if it's like other markets. Then I'll say like, what do you think we can sell this for? Like, I want this gone within a week. How do we price this within a week? And you'll get their honest insight. After that, you'll choose the best one. Like, hey, yeah, well, that's awesome. You seem like you're, there's going to be a lot of realtors who are like dragging their feet, who are not serious, who are just like, whatever, like, I don't care. But there's going to be some realtors who are like hungry, and they're going to make a deal happen. And you'll know like, oh man, this guy is like hungry. He's gonna really like tear it apart. We're gonna make some money on this one, and we're gonna get the realtor paid. We're gonna get the title company paid. We're gonna get the seller paid. And yeah, it's gonna be a really cool transaction. Yeah, so and then as far as compensation, we like to do 1% for our seller's agent, the agent that we work with, and then we like to do 2% for the buyer's agent. Why? Because we look at the buyer's agent as being super compensated and trying to sell their prospect on the actual the property, and especially like right now, buyer's agent's commission is like for the buyer for the buyer to take care of, but we'll provide that because there's so much spread in the deal. And then we have you want to build relationships with the agents that in your market because you're going to be feeding them deals, and this is going to be basically spoon fed to them. So they're just going to be getting deals and listing them for you. So my take is like, hey, well, I'm going to be doing this. You don't have to spend money in marketing, right? This is just like ready to go, list it for us. So I'm going to do 1%. It just depends too. Like you can negotiate it however you want to do it, whatever makes sense for you. I typically like to make around $20,000 on the innovation, so as long as it pencils out to $20,000 fee, like I'm okay with that. Also, you can use flat fee services where it's like $100-$200, and basically you just pay them. They're nationwide services. You pay it, you send them the documentation, and then you'll put it on the market for super cheap. I like the realtor approach because sometimes the realtor can go help me out where they're in the area, if they need to help me put out a fire, or if they just need to make the seller comfortable, whatever. Like I actually like to work with realtors. And then this is just an example of like how we made money with a realtor. So as you can see on the listing agent, our agent got 2,700. Our innovation fee is going to be 33,500. The selling agent is going to be they made 5,400. And then the rest of these fees we took care of out of our assignment. So we made 33,500 just with the realtor. So I told the seller like, hey, I acquired the deal. I said, hey, we're gonna get you X amount. I have my processes here. So in the meantime, while title's being open, I'm gonna have my realtor go there. I'm gonna have pictures taken, and we're gonna need some walkthroughs. Again, this doesn't change anything on price. This is just our process. Since we're an investment firm, we do around 25 properties a month, and this is just one of the processes that we have. I will give you updates with everything that comes along, and yeah, all you got to do is just pay us a steak dinner at the end of closing and collect your check. I usually say like a joke like that. But yeah, this is just kind of like briefly of like, how to find the buyers and how to sell your deals. This is whenever you do the realtor route and the novation, they're getting a loan on this, and the title companies will help you basically navigate this and contact the lender, and they'll basically do the legwork for you of like structuring everything. You're just using a realtor to fulfill the buyer. That's it. And again, your agreement says you can do this, and also your agreement says that you can buy it yourself. So either however you want to do it, you're an investor, and however you want to make a profit. So I hope this video helps. Again, like this is right now this is just what's helping us in our business. I hope that everybody benefits from this and actually applies it. And hopefully we'll make some money together, and hopefully you'll be able to implement these strategies.